beautiful muses. Welcome to CosmoMuse Tarot and another yes, no, maybe Friday insight reading. Just a few things before we get to the breath work and the piles is some notes about questions being brought here for your yes, nos, and maybes. The way that I read, you're welcome to bring whatever question you want, but you may not get sort of an answer that makes sense unless you're bringing a certain kind of question. And to me, those are questions where you still have some sort of like energetic effect on this. So if this is totally out of your hands and there's a black and white yes, no, flip a coin. If it doesn't make sense to get insight and there is a black and white yes, no here, but maybe there's like a scale, you can do like roll a dice or Google a random number generator, like on a scale from 1 to 10 is, whatever your black and white yes, no is. But if you're looking for a yes, no, maybe that has deeper insight, that's really kind of going into something that you still have an effect on this question or can have an effect on the question, that's or you're looking for some guidance around it, those are the kinds of questions to bring here. So an example of questions I would do like the flip a coin for is like, I just had this final interview, am I going to get the job? There's not really anything else like out of your hands at this point, like flip a coin. But if you're curious about this kind of job being one that you'd be happy in, or that will lead you up the ladder in your aspirations, something like that, like will this job make me happy? Or I am, hunting for jobs right now, am I kind of looking in the right type of area? That kind of thing is a much better question to bring here. That said, bring whatever questions you want. I'm just trying to communicate that you're gonna get the best answer that makes the most sense if you bring ones that you have sort of some energetic room to kind of still work with these questions. Okay, that being said, we've got 4 piles today. Pile 1, we've got a blue calcified coral. Pile 2, we've got pyrite. Pile 3, we have howlite. Pile 4 is malachite. Oh, one last thing, forgot to say. I am going to be reading these questions in the direction that yes would be the outcome you're looking for. So make sure you, even if you have to rephrase your question, however you're phrasing your question, make sure that the yes is the answer you would most hope for and that's most positive to you. Okay, so for those of you that have your own pile picking process, you can go ahead and pause here and do that. For anyone else that enjoys the breath work that I lead to kind of help get into a good space for that, we'll start that now. So place your feet firmly on the ground, feel that stability, that security underneath you, and take a deep breath into that, sort of embodying into yourself, weighting and grounding into yourself, and hold that. Hold that. Exhale. And now take another deep breath, and this time suck the air up, up, up into the space between your brow. Hold. Suck in a little more to add pressure. And out loud this time, exhale. And now you can gaze over your piles and ask which one has the right, most aligned answer for your question. All right, I'll see you guys in your readings. Hello, pile 1. Welcome to your Friday insight with your yes, no, maybe questions. You guys picked this beautiful calcified blue coral. And an intuitive hit I got for you guys when kind of just tuning into your stone and how the cards were coming out. What drew me most was this kind of spectrum of color, starting with your stone, which is a very blue, and then moving on through this like more turquoisey green blue, and then over to this wisteria that I just picked from my yard that's a very more of a purpley blue. So kind of these spectrums of blue, and something about it was like very hypnotic to me, and it felt I don't know how this will make sense to you guys, but it might. There's like something exotic about that. Like there's something really different, maybe around your question, or maybe there's like something to be found, some insight to be found about your question by looking into something more esoteric or more exotic than where you are right now with this. I don't know. Take that as you will, but there's something, yeah, like maybe even like going somewhere to you that feels exotic, you know, being in America, maybe like Southeast Asia to me feels exotic, but maybe you're from Southeast Asia and you're like, no, Scotland might feel exotic to you. You know, like whatever feels exotic to you. And it doesn't have to be like a culture or country. That's just an example, but something. And it's not like you know, if it were, it's not like you have to go there. Maybe there's a story with its origins there or some information from there. I don't know. There's something about exotic coming up though. So let's dive into your cards and see if anything else comes up around that. This top row is your tarot, and that's what we're going to use to tease out the actual yes, no, maybe. We have a beautiful 3 of Cups here. 2 of Coins, and 10 of Coins. These are all really positive, beautiful cards. It feels like a yes to me. There's definitely like a lot going on though. Whatever is around this question, there's community, there's things that you are having to balance in your life, but there's also support. But something about this feels busy to me for sure. You know, and like even looking at the diversity of these cards, you're kind of seeing general community, you're seeing more familial mom and babies community, and here you're seeing like friend, you know, a couple of girlfriends. So it's like a different layers of community involved here, all the way from like your nuclear, like your most intimate community, to peers, to your bigger community. It's like everything's affecting this question. All of your communities are affecting this question, and I think you are having to balance some stuff here, but it all feels like even when I look at this 2 of Coins, which is about trying to find, you know, like holding some pressure and finding a way to balance some things. It's like in this particular deck, it's like a mom with 2 babies, and there's like, you know, you can tell that maybe she has a little bit of exhaustion in her potentially, but like so much still love and care, you know? So it's like there's maybe nothing you're willing to drop around this question, and just finding a way to balance everything. And I think this might be saying, especially because this is the central card of the 2 of the Coins, this thing where you're like having to balance 2 things, or balance something about life that might be taxing. And I think this is saying like, look to your different kinds of communities. You have support all around you that's either feeding this situation or supporting this situation, or maybe a little bit of both. But it is a yes. But I do feel the kind of like a lotness, like something going on here. So hopefully that makes sense. Let's look at your astrology cards to get some insight there. Yeah, 12th house, that's always where we hold a lot of complexity, but it is where there's a lot of spiritual guidance as well, and just sort of like invisible hands sort of guiding you. And then we've got Gemini cross-pollinating. That's a very busy sign. We've already picked up on all of this stuff. And Ascendant entrance. So that's the thing. That's a new information here. Maybe this is like a new cycle of life. Yeah, that is kind of what it feels like to me here. Maybe you're coming into like a new cycle of life, and there's some new things you're trying to understand how to make them balance here. And this is just saying, like, to me, what I'm picking up on is like, you know, just do your best and don't be scared to ask for help. Because help is all around you, and you're going to get it. You're going to figure out the balance here. This is just the beginning, is what I'm feeling. Like there's something that's just beginning here. You'll get the hang of it. There's a learning curve. Don't worry about it. You've got it. People have your back. You're competent and capable here. And it's bringing just like a lot of beautiful things into your life at the same time. And I always love seeing pictures, even though this is more of an illustration, but I always love seeing pictures of bees shoving their bodies into flowers with pollens and just loving it. That's what this feels like. Like there's so much beautiful stuff going on. It's just that it's a lot, you know. But don't worry about it. I just get that sense of like, you've got this. It's just beginning. Let yourself, like, give yourself some grace to figure out that learning curve. You'll find that balance you need, and you have so much support around you if you decide to ask for help, and I think you should. It's very much so there. Okay, let's look at your oracle cards. Eternal Return and Come to the Edge. Yeah, you may feel like you're at an edge with something, and like you're just holding a lot. That's coming up again, just like a lot going on. You're at your edge. Just ask for help. You're gonna find out that balance. I think there's something around this question where you're like, I don't know, like I feel like something needs to give. I need to let something go, but I can't possibly see one thing to let go here. And this is just saying that you're right. You shouldn't be letting, around this question specifically, anything go. You are at your edge here. You are being pushed to your edge. But know that it's at the height of its edge that it's going to get to at this point. And you can ask for your help. You are going to figure out this learning curve. You're going to figure out your balance. You're going to figure out a way to handle this all, and it will become easier and easier and easier from here. Okay, and then last we have Fly, a period of ill health or depression. And June, and I love this arms out angelic figure. And I feel like maybe I'm reading this in June, at the very end of June. And so you may, I think this actually will be posted at like maybe like the last day of June or something. And that's what this feels like. And it doesn't matter when you watch this. You're in like the last day. If it doesn't feel like this is the last day of like coming to the full edge of something, the last day of the month you're in is going to be like the last day when you're at your edge here, and when you're kind of, you know, overtaxed, overwhelmed. That's what I'm reading with period of ill health or depression. It's more of like an overload and overwhelm, if that's what that is. Or maybe you are holding a lot and you're not feeling great, and you're like, is there help out there? You know, and it's like, this is showing that there is, whatever it is for you. But there's assistance here, angelic, even more so, and just as much so as like the community. You can tangibly see there are angelic hands around you here, and they're trying to guide you in the right direction. They're trying to guide you to know how to hold it all. They're trying to bring some healing. They're trying to guide you to asking for the right help, to the right people. But this is saying, like, you're held, don't worry. This is the most at your edge you're going to feel around this question, and it will get better from here, and you're going to find that balance. You're going to find the help you need. If you decide you need to ask for that, it's there. Yeah, so you're at the whatever makes sense to you around what at the edge means right now. You're at that edge. You're not going to go over, and you're going to find your center. You're going to start coming further and further and further in from that edge. You won't be pushed any more than you have been at the moment. So I hope that brings some solace to some of you, because I do feel the just like overwhelm here. But despite that, there's a beautiful yes here, and it's just saying, like, keep with it. There's something about this that is new. You're gonna get your hands around it all. You don't have to let anything go here. It's all gonna come into the right rhythm and balance and support you need. It's all coming together. So just hang in there. All right, this is where I'm going to leave you guys. If this resonated, I always am grateful and very appreciative of all the things, the like, share, and subscribe. Always grateful for kind and thoughtful little comments. And I hope you have a great day wherever and whenever you are. All right, see you guys. Hello, Pile 2. Welcome to your Friday Insight and your yes, no, maybe questions. You guys picked this lovely pyrite stone. And just an intuitive hit I got when kind of tuning into and working with your cards. It was like something's really solid and stable here. So no matter what answer you get, it's sort of like, in the long run, it's either way, it's not going to upset a balance or your stability all that much, because there's already some kind of, I don't know if it's around you, around your question, but there's already kind of just like this strength there, and that, like, a resilience. So maybe this is an amazing yes, and it really improves your life, and that's great, but it's only improving something that's already stable, if that makes sense. And if there's a no, it's like you have the strength that it's not gonna, like, you're gonna bounce back, or it's just like not gonna affect you in any way that you might think it would. Like there's resilience and strength already around the energy here. Okay, but let's get into the actual yes, no, maybe of this, which we are going to use through looking at these top 3 cards, which are your tarot cards. We've got the Chariot, which is a very positive card. 5 of Wands, so maybe some competition. And Strength, yeah, this is definitely confirmation, strength here. Yeah, the thing is, there is a yes here, but you may be perceiving that you're needing to put your guard up and you're needing to kind of battle your way through this. But just know that you are totally sort of like, whatever this question is, the reason why it is so strong and where your source of strength is coming from is you've taken the time to really check in inwardly and do some deepening around this, and it's very aligned with your soul. And so there actually are no obstacles in your way despite optics and appearances. So this is telling you to kind of relax a little bit, to put down the need to feel super defensive or fearful here. You need to like really tap into positive vibes here, optimism, There's really nothing in your way but yourself. But I don't see yourself getting in your way. I think there's just some like lingering fears or experiences that are having you perceive what this something around this question in a way where you feel like you have to have some defenses up, but you don't. Have a solid strategy, know what you're doing, but I feel that in you. I already feel that there's something solid here. So just like trust yourself, trust your strength. You got this kind of thing. Pretty straightforward, like really strong yes, which is beautiful to see from what I'd already felt. Yes. Such confirmation about what I was picking up with the Chariot. You've taken the time to deepen around this, and you're really aligned with your soul here. And your soul is the thing that can kind of trip you on your way. If you're not aligned with it, you're gonna kind of wobble, but no, it's like you're very in tune with yourself and in the aligned. There's something very aligned about this question, and so you have very solid foundations under you to move forward here. Mars motion. Yeah, there's definitely like a fighting spirit around you. If that's just something about your personality, you love a good fight, that's fine. But if you're kind of worried about this, it's like, no, like you're way stronger here in this question than you realize. So there's no fight necessary unless that's something you enjoy. So, which I don't know, I'm getting the feeling that some of you might enjoy that. North Node future. This is written in your stars. There is some self-direction here, but you're feeling the strength of it. You're feeling clear about this. But it's like, there's alignment, not only from your soul, but from your kind of like cosmic timing, like divine timing is also on your side here. Clarity, both from Mars and motion in the North Node future, is like clarity is really strong here. So just like, this is like a go now type of thing. Okay, let's look at your oracle cards. Svadhisthana, which is your sacral, which is like the water chakra kind of in your womb area, and it's about flow and creativity. So there's something, and it can connect kind of to like pleasure and kind of the feminine animalistic quality. So something very pleasurable here. And then Treasure Island. I feel like you're coming, and this chakra also has a lot to do with self-worth, like coming into and really claiming and owning some self-worth. And I think maybe that's something you're gaining some new victory over, or something that you're coming into some strength in that's needed in order to kind of push forward with what you're asking about. Okay, Dolphin, financial gain, usually coming from something you did in the past. Well, that's beautiful. And then Pale, time to get out of a situation. With this North Node and Mars, these two things do tend to indicate kind of like new thresholds. So I think you're in a transition time, moving from something that was maybe a little bit complicated and struggly into just like this clear alignment where everything is like full steam ahead. So this, to me, the Pale, time to get out of a situation, is about a transition. Like you're moving from one situation that's like done into this situation where it's not as struggly. You're really aligned, clear paths ahead. You're really feeling your self-worth, some embodiment, some beauty. And with that, being attracted in through that is some financial gain potentially. So that's gorgeous to see as well. All right, pretty clear, straightforward answer for you guys. A definite yes here. And also this urge to go get it, go for it type of thing. All right, if this resonated, I always appreciate the things, the like, share, subscribe. I'm always grateful for kind and thoughtful comments. And Yeah, I hope that you are having a great day wherever and whenever you are. All right, see you guys. Hello, Pile 3. Welcome to your Friday Insight and your yes, no, maybe question. So you guys picked this white Howlite, and just like an intuitive hit I got from things pre-reading, which mostly came from the way your stone felt, where it was placed, but then a little bit also once all the cards were down, I kind of got another like context there. It was like, you either are very surrendered right now, or you're being asked to be very surrendered about this question. Like there's something that's not totally in your hands or shouldn't be in your hands, like a more divine force is designing something here, and you need to kind of just like step back and let it do its thing. Like you're not supposed to be involved in what's being orchestrated here. Which doesn't really give us a yes, no, but even if there's a no, I think it's going to show us what is being designed. So let's dive into that. So we're going to look at this top row of tarot cards to tease out the actual yes, no, maybe. We've got 6 of Cups, 5 of Cups, and Page of Wands. Yeah, there's a transition happening here. It's time to let go of something. This is a no, like you're needing to step back from a certain situation that may be kind of really anchored in your past, really that has a lot of memory associated with it, a lot of history associated with it. There's something ending here, but like not all is lost. With the 5 of Cups, there's always this thing of like you're not noticing some beauty that still is left here. And the 6 of Cups, that those memories will never leave. You'll always have memories here. But this is sort of, to me, like Spirit trying to push you to be maybe more like find a path that's a little bit more independent or something. Like I don't know if there's been some like family dependency going on, or things from your past that you've struggled to develop past. And the universe is just saying like it's time for you to go like on a new kind of journey, to strengthen who you are, to become more individualized. And this is what it wants for you. And it will be giving you a new spark coming up, a new kind of value swirling within you, curiosity that's very creative, that wants you to kind of get out there, be impulsive, bring something new out of you that's ready to come out of you. I feel that when I said that. There's something in you ready to come out of you, and it can't do that until you let go of the past. But it's there ready and waiting. I think you're already in the process of kind of like moving on, and you just need to be surrendered. Spirit is designing something for you that is going to put you in this feeling, this new impulse coming out of you. And so the more you can just sort of surrender around what this question is, it will help you to just allow the past to be the past and to detangle from it. And as things are let go, as cords are cut, and room is made, this is already incubating. This is already being designed. It's just like you just need to make room for it. And that's a process. It takes time, when there's big things that we're grieving in life that feel, there's even like a haunted feeling here, like there's something haunting you from the past, and it's time to let it go, like it's haunted you for far too long, and it's just because you've been trying to hold on to certain things that are not there anymore. And that's, I mean, I get that's hard. Oh, and I didn't even notice this hand from under the water is still holding her. Yeah, there's something that you're still holding on to from the past, even though it's already gone. It's already that generative energy is already gone from your life. It's not alive in your life anymore, but there is like a ghost holding on to you here. Not necessarily literally, this can be about anything. But this Page of Wands is coming out of these two cups, there's still some really, really beautiful, amazing things left from whatever this question is about that have so much vibrancy, so much impulse, so much, and I just look at this face, joy associated with it. And so it's just kind of like, I feel for this. This is a very entangled thing here, and it's hard to let go. It's hard to let things let go of you even, or ask things to let go of you. That's what I'm feeling with this hand. There's something you need to ask to let go of you. And that's a process that might take you some time. But all this is saying is like surrender into trying to control anything here. And as you do that, as you just surrender and allow what is to be, the more you're going to be able to have those cords detach and start to see these cups behind you and start to feel like this figure. Okay, let's look at the astrology here. We've got Vesta with Hearth, Scorpio with Investigate, and 8th house with Mystery. Scorpio in the 8th house, that's Scorpio's natural house is the 8th house, and these are both about transformation, death and rebirth. And then something around, this 6 of Cups is nostalgia and childhood. And then we've got Vesta and Hearth. Something maybe around the, your childhood home or a home you've been, that's been important to you for a long time at least. I don't know. It's something needs to be allowed to be a memory and held beautifully as a memory, but time to move on and let some cords be cut at the same time. You can always have your memories, but time to move on at the same time. Time for a rebirth. Okay, let's look at your oracle cards. We've got Message in a Bottle and Cognizance. A message is coming. The more you surrender, the more messages will come in to kind of help you become aware of the 2 cups that are still full, to help you move toward this Page of Wands energy. Spirit is trying to nudge you in that way, and so it's bringing you messages. It's bringing you it could be random people, it could be information you come across, it could be sudden sort of download ahas that come, but there are messages swirling around you to kind of help transition you and help you to surrender what was and just fall into some acceptance, and messages that are going to kind of pull you and your focus towards this like new vibrant thing that will also help you transition and let go a little. Okay, last we're going to look at your tea leaves. We've got Feather. Someone you know is undependable and insincere, so that might relate to where you're needing to ask something or someone to let you go on top of you letting go. It's like a dual thing. That could relate to that. And Flag, do not be tempted to lower your standards. Yeah, and this is again saying like when you keep holding on to what's already gone, that is a massive lowering of your standards. You're just living in haunted territory, But I get it, like I'm not gonna be too lectury with that. Like it takes time. These types of things that I'm feeling here, a lot of times it's just time to get there. But this is saying like, be aware though of like what your standards are and how those are being compromised. Just like bringing some awareness to things, notice messages coming in, notice ways in which you can kind of let go of control a little bit and surrender into something bigger than you. And look for messages about what's still there, what vibrant things are starting to kind of bubble under the surface. So yeah, definitely kind of like I get the impression that this question was probably about still trying to hold on to something here. And it's saying, no, it's time to let go. So there is a pretty big no here, but it's saying that, but, like I felt that it was going to show you what it is designing if there was a no. But this, whatever this means to you, is waiting. Okay, so this is where I'm going to leave you guys. If this resonated, I always appreciate all the lovely things, the like, share, subscribe, and always grateful for kind and thoughtful comments. And yeah, I hope you guys have a beautiful day wherever and whenever you are. All right, see you guys. Hello, Pile 4. Welcome to your Friday Insight with your yes, no, maybe questions. Before diving into the cards, I always like to get into any intuitive hits that came up while I was tuning into your stone and drawing, shuffling cards for your pile. And the main intuitive hit that came for me was through your stone, specifically when I kind of put it down where it was. I just got this like immediate, more of a sensation initially of like something kind of ecological and rich, and then the word lush hit as I was kind of feeling that sensation. So like something lush here, but in that like gardeny sense. Yeah. So I don't necessarily know that pertains to an actual yes, no, but there is something beautiful around your question that feels lush. So we'll see where that takes us. So to get the actual yes, no, maybe, we're going to look at this top row of tarot cards. Got the Emperor, beautiful. Eight of Swords, okay. And Death, interesting. I honestly am, yeah, there's kind of a story coming through here for me. I think this is you and where you are right now. And I feel like this is what you've been through around your question. I think you were in a place where you felt a little bit trapped, where you had stories about who you were, who you saw yourself to be, that kept you really kind of scared and small. And I'm not sure if it was external or internal, and it might be because it's different for each of you that I'm not feeling a real clarity about that, but something happened, whether it was like internally motivated or something outside of you happened, that really challenged you, which challenged your idea of being small. And that situation, that mode of being, that mentality, under that pressure, under that challenge sent your way or coming up from within, could not hold. You had to kind of show your strength. You had to break out of your own narratives in order to deal with something. It was necessity. And because this situation of necessity came up, that jailbreaked you from your own damn narratives about not, being able or capable or good enough or whatever it is, you're free from that now, and you're suddenly kind of all of a sudden standing as this emperor. Something about your an old way of being and inner world has shattered. It's like, around you in your physical environment may not necessarily be rubble, but inside of you, things have shattered and it's rubble. And you're now in this new kind of commanding, authoritative, strong position of like, okay, time to rebuild. I'm strong though this time, and that rebuilding is going to be incredibly self-directed. That rebuilding is going to be rebuilding narratives about me that support what I want to be and what I want my life to be. But it's like you're very much so in control and command of this, and very much so in your confidence and your center. But you are having to kind of sweep away some rubble from the past. So I do feel a yes here, but you may be in this mode of feeling like things are kind of a disaster at the moment, but it's only because you're just stepping into a rebuilding phase. And the rebuilding phase to come is lush. You are going to create as this emperor, this is like a Tauresian emperor that just wants lush and beautiful, and maybe even a little bit of Virgo here. Taurus, Virgo, like beautiful, like you're just creating, molding things to be beautiful and creating certain productivity that creates lushness and creates fruitfulness. So it's like beauty, and that's the sense I got. It's like beauty, but also overgrowth of abundance kind of thing. And I think that Taurus Virgo energy combined is what that would be to me. So trust the confidence you're feeling now. Trust that as, whatever this question is about, if it feels like you're kind of clearing the way of some kind of war zone, that's metaphorically true. It's rebuilding phase, time to get to. And trust that what you are going to be building is going to be so amazing, so beautiful. Okay, let's look at your astrology cards. We've got transits and climate. We've got Uranus change. Yes, you were shaken out of this. And then midheaven pinnacle. Whatever this question is around, you may also feel like you kind of fell from grace or something, or like fell from a height, or like your status suffered. There's this paradox here of like you felt small and kept yourself small, and yet you still like achieved something great, and you still fell from that. So it was like a really strange, I'm feeling like a really strange paradoxes you were holding in whatever has been imploded. And now it's time to build with so much more kind of coherent narrative and less tense narrative, less paradoxical narrative, like just real pure beauty, confidence, productivity, lushness. So be grateful for any changes that happened. Be grateful for any falls you feel like you've been through, because the stars are aligning for you to be more aligned with you and to redesign your future to something much more lush, much more beautiful, much more successful than whatever pinnacle you were at, because it was a strange pinnacle, is all I feel. Okay, let's look at your oracle cards. Sahasrara, which is the crown chakra. Yeah, divinely guided here, and a leg up. I love that. Yeah, I think whatever this last thing that you're coming out of, this past story and cycle and success, is like you didn't have a leg up. You probably had to really fight for it. And I think you even had to fight certain inner things about it, obviously, with that Eight of Swords. And now it's like, you know, and I think you had to go through that to get to where you are now and to get to what is about to come. And where you are now is you're suddenly getting a leg up because you've really, it's about that inner alignment. You've worked out some tension, something weird that you were having to hold, as well as some stories that kind of about yourself that suffered because of some weird tensions you were holding within. And those are just shattered. Those are gone. Now you just have this solid solar plexus confidence, which is bringing in just divine guidance, and you're trusting it, and it's giving you a leg up. I just feel it like just, yeah, yes, 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 so much yes here. But yeah, I think you've been through it around this question. And we've got Valley, deep personal strength and peace that assures success. Exactly, right under the Emperor, touching this crown chakra. Like you're sure of yourself, but you've got enough humility to still let kind of spirit to know that there's something bigger than you too, that's loving and wants to guide you. So you're not like egotistical, but you're confident. And so you're still open while also very much so in your center and following some self-direction. It's beautiful. And then bird perched, waiting for news, package letter. Oh, I love that, because I do see in this Emperor, he is kind of like, it does seem like he's waiting for something. So you maybe like that rebuilding is like in prep mode, whatever your question is around. It's a go, but it's like you're waiting for that literal green light. Like we know it's yes, we know it's a go, but there's something in terms of taking literal right now action. It's like there's something, I don't know if there's financing, information, a person, but it feels something like that, something outside of yourself that you're needing for that to be able to act on the green light. It's like, you know, you're ready and waiting, you know you have a green light, but there's like something. Oh, and transits, it's timing. There's some timing we're still waiting for here. Let's get you some timing. Because this feels very big, I'm going to say, I'm tempted to say months here, except that I feel like if we got into the 10, 11, 12 month, that's more than I would feel about this. Okay, what I'm going to say is, if we, because I do have a strong sense of something with timing here, up to 5 is going to be months. After 5, if it's above 5, that's weeks. So either 1 to 5 months or whatever weeks if it's above that. But I do feel like it's coming, you know, within that 5-month period. This whatever waiting for thing is coming within that time frame. So 11 weeks, which would be not quite 3 months. So a little less than 3 months from now. Yeah, so that's when you'll get that, whatever you're waiting for will come in less than 3 months. Okay, this is where I'm going to leave you guys. I always appreciate the things like, share, subscribe, and definitely grateful for kind and thoughtful comments. And yeah, I hope you guys have a beautiful day wherever and whenever you are. All right, see you guys.